Good morning, grade 2 friends, and we are about to start chapter 4 of the Polar Bear Patrol. The magic snowmobile was huge. It had runners like skis on the bottom, and with the Frizz at the wheel, we were trucking across a sheet of thick ice. I couldn't wait to get the Polar Bear Research Station. I wondered if I would see real polar bears there. With the help of Dr. Luke Igalook, I would do the best Arctic project of all. Miss Frizzle, Ralphie yelled out, can you please put on the brakes? I looked at Ralphie. He was pointing at something ahead of us. It was a brown spot on the ice. Miss Frizzle slowed the magic school bus to a stop. What's up, Ralphie? The Frizz asked. Look over there, Ralphie said with excitement. It's my Arctic animal. Sure enough, Ralphie had spotted a seal. Good thing I brought my camera, Ralphie said. I'll have pictures to go with my blubber experiment. He pulled a camera out of his pocket and snapped away. I see the seal, Wanda said, but where's the blubber? It's under their skin, Ralphie explained. The blubber keeps them warm like insulation. Oh, there's science in here. This is blubber underwear by Ralphie. Blubber is a thick layer of fat right under the skin. Blubber keeps in body heat and keeps out the cold. For a seal, it's like wearing woolly underwear. I want some blubber, Arnold said with a shiver. Very quietly, we climbed out of the magic snowmobile and walked toward the seal. But as we came closer, the seal slid down the hill to the other side. All right, class, Miss Frizzle said, pointing to the hill of ice in front of us. Let's climb up and check out where we are. Maybe we can see the seal on the other side. I made it to the top of the hill first. Wow, I said to myself. Wow, what? Miss Frizzle said, coming up behind me. Wowee, I whispered. In front of me stretched the Arctic Ocean. Big chunks of packed ice floated by. It seemed to go on forever. Miss Frizzle and the rest of the kids scrambled up beside me. There's the seal, said Ralphie in an excited voice, and a baby. He snapped some quick pictures. Arctic seals usually live by themselves, but a mother takes care of her baby until it's ready to take on the world, Miss Frizzle said. We were quietly watching the mother seal with her baby from the top of the ridge. So there's another little note by Ralphie. It's called Seal Pups. A mother seal gives birth to just one seal pup at a time. The pup stays in a snow-covered den. A seal pup in its den is easy prey for a polar bear. The seal's chances of survival are better when it goes out on its own. And even though polar bears are great hunters, a seal often gets away. So there's a little thing here. It says, that seals it. This is the best field trip ever. And then Arnold whining, I wish I stayed home today. Then, suddenly, something strange happened. The seals seemed to get nervous. Even the little pup was anxious, and they didn't hang around for much longer. Plop, plop. The seals hit the water. We could see another seal family in the distance. All those seals dived into the water too. I wonder what happened, Dorothy Ann said. I don't think they saw us up here. Maybe they saw or sensed something else like an enemy, I guessed. Maybe there's a polar bear around. That made everybody shiver and look around. I wanted more pictures of the seals, Ralphie said, for my project. No problem, Ralphie, Miss Frizzle said. Head back to the magic snowmobile. We slid down the ice hill and jumped back into the snowmobile. Miss Frizzle started the engine and took off. All of a sudden, I realized she was going backward. No! I screamed as we headed for the water. You're going the wrong way! The Frizz just smiled at me. Oh no, I thought. Her brain was frozen. Everybody was yelling at the top of their lungs. But the Frizz stayed right on course. We were backing into the ocean, but just as we got to the edge of the ice, something strange happened. The magic snowmobile changed shape. It closed up all around us. We hit the water with a splash. "Welcome to the Magic Sub," Miss Frizzle said with a grin. I breathed a sigh of relief. The water outside the windows looked really cold. "Seals!" Ralphie yelled. He whipped out his camera again. A family of seals passed by us. They waved their flippers for the camera. I was happy for Ralphie. He had gotten to see seals, and I guess I was even happy for Keisha. She had seen a whole herd of caribou. But we were invited to the Arctic for my project, and I hadn't seen one polar bear yet. Miss Frizzle came out of the sub's galley. She was carrying a tray of food. "Who wants a sub sandwich?" she asked. "It's the house special." We all dived in. Then we took our subs to eat by the porthole windows. We didn't get this view in the normal school cafeteria. We settled down to eating our subs. The seals seemed to be happy, drifting along beside us. But suddenly, they all darted away. "Look, Tim," Dorothy Ann said. "What's that white thing by your porthole?" I looked down and saw what looked like a huge paw zoom by. I almost jumped out of my seat. Could it be what I was hoping for? "Whoa, that fish looked an awful lot like a bear," Phoebe said. "It was a bear, Phoebe," I said proudly. "And he sure can swim." So you can see the polar bear's big paw there swimming past the bus. And a little note here by Tim, it's called the Polar Bear Paddle. Why are polar bears such great swimmers? Here are the facts. Polar bears have big forepaws that are partly webbed to help them swim. Polar bears use their back feet like a boat rudder to guide them through the water. Polar bears can see food underwater from up to 4.6 meters away, or 15 feet. A polar bear's fat layer keeps it warm and cold and helps it float. The bear was swimming so fast that we couldn't see him very well. I could just make out his back legs. His fur was all wet and streaming behind him. "Please follow that bear," I called out to Miss Frizzle. The Frizz turned the sub around to follow the bear. All of a sudden, the bear headed for the surface. We watched it pull the back end of its huge body up out of the water. "Hurry up," I said, "let's go after it." "I think we should wait a while," Miss Frizzle said. "We don't want to follow the bear too closely. Besides, maybe we'll see something interesting from down here." The Frizz was right as usual. We hovered in the water close to where the polar bear crawled out of the ocean. A few minutes later, a seal swam past us. It went up to the surface to take a breath of air through the hole in the ice. That was its last breath of air ever. We saw a big white paw break through the water. It knocked the seal on the head, then the seal was pulled out of the water like a fish. So this is called Blubberlicious by Ralphie. 9% of a polar bear's diet is made up of seals, and a polar bear's favorite part of the seal is its thick layer of blubber under its skin. When a polar bear kills a seal, it usually eats only the skin and blubber. The blubber provides the bear with both energy and water. The skin provides vitamins. A polar bear usually catches only one seal every 4 to 5 days. But then it has a feast. An adult polar bear can eat up to 150 pounds of blubber for one blubberlicious meal. "Gross," Phoebe said. That bear is mean." "It's not mean," I said. "That's how a bear stays alive." "Let's go up someplace else," the Frizz said. "We shall let the bear eat in peace." The Magic School sub chugged along under the ice. Then the Frizz said, "Prepare for surfacing." The Magic School sub popped up out of the water. Miss Frizzle steered it up to the ice. Then she pressed a button and 2 treads came out of the bottom of the sub. With their traction action, we revved up onto the ice. When Miss Frizzle opened the hatches, I was the first one out of the sub, so I got to see them first. "Cool," I yelled. They were white, they were furry, there were 2 polar bear cubs. So that will be for tomorrow's chapter 5. Have a good day, guys. Miss you and love you. Bye.